Live and local with coverage you can count on. This is TV5 News at 11.
Dozens of residents are finally back home tonight after a gas leak forced them to seek shelter elsewhere for several hours today. Good evening, I'm Sam Merrill.
And I'm Katie O'Mara. It appears those evacuations were prompted by a leaking gasoline tank. Julie Bonovich is live right now. Residents are home, but there's still a warning tonight, right, Julie?
Yeah, Katie and Sam, there's still a warning that if you do smell gas, to call 911 just as a precaution, because even though the tape is down from the gas station and the gas station is open and all these residents are back into their homes, city crews are still guessing as to what the main cause of the gas leak is. They don't know for certain yet. It wasn't the high price of fuel at the corner of Dort Highway and Woodrow Friday that was causing a stink. It was the gas itself.
This is my first time ever being evacuated from my home for a gas leak.
40 to 100 residents were evacuated from the Flint neighborhood after the smell of gas permeated the air. Fearing a gas leak, the Red Cross opened an emergency center with food, water, and shelter.
Oh, I smelled nothing, but they stopped us when I tried to enter the area.
City officials are not certain where the gas leak originated, but they suspect it came from the Sunoco gas station at the corner. City crews found just over 3 inches of gas in one of the wells. The theory is that old gas trapped in the ground in a storage unit was pushed up to the surface by rainwater.
Well, it's better to be safe. That's all. I'm glad they were thinking of our safety because like I said, I couldn't smell anything.
Residents were finally cleared to go back into their homes around 5 p.m. Friday. Neon green signs gave the go to use all utilities again.
Furnace works, pilot light works, and hot water heater, etc.
The owner of the gas station did not want to go on camera, but tells us the gas tanks in the ground were replaced in 1999. He also says the state recently tested the tanks and found no leaks, that the tanks are tested every 6 months, and that he checks the tanks for leaks every day. And the DEQ will be out here on site on Monday to determine whether or not the gas station is the cause of the gas leak. Live in Flint, Julie Bonovich, WNEM-TV 5.
All right, Julie, and several children were taken to a nearby church after school to keep them away from the evacuated area.
A fire warning new at 11 tonight. Burning brush this weekend may be very dangerous.
Yeah, several fire departments called out tonight for out-of-control field fires. This was the scene in Maple Grove Township. A small fire got out of control for a woman who was burning brush on Buki Road. Firefighters warned it's very dry.
Tomorrow's going to be another nice day, but we got to be careful because fire can spread fast.
Also tonight, the U.S. Forest Service warns fire danger remains extremely high north of U.S. 10.
After 4 days of testimony, both sides in the Sean Kamari murder trial have now rested. The prosecution presented almost 20 witnesses. The defense just one. Kamari is accused of murdering 83-year-old Rita Saloger in her Bay City home last year. Today it was decided that Sean would not testify on his own behalf. Both sides will present their closing arguments Tuesday morning. Then the case will go to the jury.
All right, did you feel it? Many in Michigan and the Midwest woke up to an earthquake this morning. The 5.2 magnitude quake centered in West Salem, Illinois. It even woke up people as far away as Bay City. TV5's Amy Andrews has more on the quake that didn't hurt anyone, but left quite a few with rattled nerves.
It was strong enough to shake people awake across the Midwest.
Some things were knocked off the shelves. They had a bunch of paperwork just laying in the middle of the floor.
Folks even felt the shaking here in mid-Michigan.
And she said they felt some effect. It was shaking. They could feel the shaking in the building.
But besides some rattled nerves, there are no injuries and not much damage left behind by the 5.2 magnitude quake.
It's a regular day for us, other than a few extra visitors.
The quake center was 6 miles outside the town of West Salem, but it was felt in Milwaukee, Chicago, even as far away as Atlanta. In Louisville, Kentucky, it shook bricks off buildings. Officials across the state are inspecting dozens of bridges and parking decks, and at this point, they're not finding any signs of problems.
Everything we've seen so far, it's checking out nicely.
Midwest quakes this strong are rare.
It was pretty shaky.
Shaken, but largely unscathed. Many count themselves lucky that they were spared any real devastation. Amy Andrews, WNEM-TV 5.
By the way, today also happens to mark the anniversary of the historic 1906 earthquake in San Francisco. It killed about 500 people and is considered one of the worst in American history.
New information about an 11-year-old boy caught in the crossfire of a gun battle. Tonight, he's listed in good condition. The shooting happened last night around 8 on West Ruth Avenue in Flint. The boy was playing near Gundry Elementary when he was hit. Police reportedly surrounded a vehicle near the scene, but it's still not clear if there have been any arrests. The K-Pac police chief has undergone another successful surgery. In fact, Chief Ray Hawks has now been upgraded from critical to serious condition. Hawks and St. Clair County Sheriff's Deputy Tim O'Boyle were shot Wednesday afternoon. Tonight, the alleged shooter is also hospitalized. Don Burke underwent a procedure after complaining of chest pain. He'll be charged once he's released from the hospital.
Pope Benedict XVI in New York tonight, making a quick stop at a synagogue. He offered greetings before Passover. Earlier, he addressed the United Nations. He said questions of security, development, and protection of the environment require international leaders to work together in good faith. He added international cooperation needed to solve problems and crises because decisions lie in the hands of a few powerful nations. And you can track the Pope's visit and read about his U.S. trip this weekend. Head to our website, WNEM.com.
Tonight, a Texas judge has ordered that all 416 kids taken from that polygamous compound will remain in state custody and be subjected to DNA testing. During the second day of custody hearings, the state claimed that some of the girls on that compound have had babies with much older men, some by the time they're just 13. But attorneys for the sect say the kids belong at home.
I'm optimistic that the children are going to be returned to their mothers.
Nearly 400 different lawyers are now involved in this hearing.
A dog left inside a vacant home for more than a year in Carlton Township has been rescued. His name is Cola, and he was found living in deplorable conditions in this abandoned home on Thursday. The animal, forced to eat furniture at one point to sustain itself. The house is covered with feces and the basement is flooded.
If you can see the skeletal structure of your animal, then you've got a problem going there.
Carlton Township officials also plan on filing housing code violations against the owner. An Isabella County man will go to trial for allegedly shooting one of his own dogs last month. Harold Riggs will face animal torture charges for allegedly killing the animal. Riggs' defense attorney claims the dog tried to attack him, although Riggs' son says the dog was chained up at the time.
Could a new medical school be springing up on the banks of the Saginaw River? CMU President Mike Rao met today behind closed doors with the Saginaw Chamber of Commerce. Central is considering establishing a medical school in Saginaw, the possible location right along the river in the city's Celebration Square area. TV5 News everywhere tonight, beginning in Bay County, where a woman drives her car right through a garage. It happened today on Joy Road in Williams Township. A woman in her 80s was going to the home to visit a friend when she confused the brake with the gas. She's okay, just a little shaken up. Money, guns, and adding machines. Tonight we're getting a look at some of the items confiscated during a series of gambling raids earlier this week in both Saginaw and in Buena Vista Township. Possibly hundreds of people are involved overall, but only 11 people were arrested.
In Mount Pleasant, living on the campus of CMU could soon cost students a lot more money. The university is looking at raising living prices by more than $400. If approved, the changes would happen next school year. U of M and State are also thinking about bumping up the costs.
New at 11, 25 bands, 5 stages, and hundreds of people. A perfect night for an outdoor concert.
Yeah, it's also a concert to help raise money for the new Saginaw Art Museum. TV5's Randy Wimbley, live and local in Freeland with the story tonight. Hi, Randy.
Yeah, guys, actually, they had the concerts inside, but normally the Saginaw Rotary Club, who organized this event, they would do something like this at Temple Theater, but they had the idea of bringing in all those bands, having them play throughout the night on 5 different stages. So they're here at Apple Mountain, like you said, raising money for a couple of really worthy causes. From Celtic tunes to Cajun groove, the folks who came out to Saginaw on stage sampled all the eclectic beats their eardrums could march to.
It's a great night. There's all kinds of bands and different kinds of music. The hard part is getting around to see everything.
That's because there's 25 bands playing tonight on 5 different stages. And hey, what's a band without roadies? The Rotary Roadies.
We're pretty much just moving stuff in and moving stuff out for bands, nothing too much really.
They're the ones loading and unloading for bands with a wide range of sonic styles. Many of the people here are getting a taste of it for the very first time.
We were kind of surprised with the electric violin. Never really heard that before.
And with the cash bar in tow and tickets that are up to $20 a pop, tonight's event raised some serious cash, and the bulk of it is going to a couple of worthy causes.
The Art Museum and all the things they do, and the Community Prescription Support Program. A lot of people don't know about them. I mean, they're providing prescriptions for people that can't afford them. and a heck of a program. I never heard them before we actually did this concert, so a great program, and they just rose to the top.
Right.
And the bands are still going strong, and there are a few people still playing. Things won't get wrapped up here for about another hour. We're live and local in Freeland. I'm Randy Wembley for WNEM-TV 5.
Now, with coverage you can count on, your first Warn 5 forecast in the first 15 minutes.
It's about 10 minutes after 11 o'clock, and our temperature is still at 60 degrees. Let's check it out on the first Warn 5 pinpoint Doppler radar at MBS. Let's head into Saginaw Township. If you're out this evening, it looks great on any of the area roadways. No travel problems, just clear skies all across the area. So let's go outside. Spring is generally the season of large temperature variations, but we are in the middle of a 7-day stretch at or above 70 degrees. Who's complaining, right? 60 degrees, barometer is steady. We have a low off to the east, high off to the west. We're in between, and we're also at 60 degrees in Saginaw. Up towards Bay City, it's at 60 degrees. Down in Flint, we're actually at 61 degrees. That's the current reading. And here's a check of the high temperatures today. Not records. We missed that about 10 degrees, but 79 Bad Axe, 78 degrees in Saginaw, 78 degrees in Flint, Owasso at about 77 degrees. Lots of cool air with the clouds and rain. Minneapolis, 49 degrees, 45 for a daytime high in Omaha. We were on the nicer side of the system, seeing temperatures into the middle 70s, and currently we're at 60 here in Saginaw, 61 Mount Pleasant, dropping to the 40s in Oscoda. Not a chilly night with that wind out of the south. We're going to see numbers down around 50 degrees. The clouds, the western part of the state today, the moisture will travel in above first, so we'll see the clouds start to work in. And then this rain, notice how it's trying to pivot more to the northwest. It was moving south to north, now it's more moving north, maybe northeast, so we're expecting some of that rain to work in tomorrow afternoon for a time. We could see some of those scattered showers. First Warn 5 48-hour futurecast, clear at midnight. These clouds building in from the south. We work that moisture in around 8 o'clock tomorrow morning as you have breakfast. You'll notice some of those clouds, a high, thin overcast. Then those brighter whites indicate those thicker clouds, and we could squeeze a shower or two out of them, particularly the western side of the state through 6 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe a spot shower or two. Those will quickly move off to the north. 8 o'clock, and then through the overnight to Sunday morning, there's that spiral, that storm right over us. We're in the sweet spot, seeing those clear skies. We wake up to sunshine Sunday morning. That's how we end the day Sunday, and that rain trying to back into the eastern side of the state. We're going to watch that closely. Right now, it looks like it's going to be pretty dry. 70 degrees for a daytime high over towards Midland. The Loons are also playing tomorrow, so a great night for some baseball. Just watch out for a shower or a thunder shower over towards Saginaw Bay, 69 degrees. Bit of a lake breeze late in the day. Again, cooling those numbers down just a little bit. East-southeast winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. And off to the south in Saginaw, 70 degrees. We start the day at almost about 50 degrees down towards Flint. Within that same temperature range, a little bit warmer, you see a little bit more sunshine. 73 for a daytime high, First Warn 5 across mid-Michigan forecast. Upper 60s and low 70s for our Saturday all across the area. Our 7-day forecast showing 70s with us through Tuesday, and then we could see another storm threat by Wednesday. Again, the showers around this weekend, primarily west of the area, and most people will not even see them. So get outside. If you were in work all day today, enjoy it.
So just ignore your forecast and just hang out outside?
Hang out outside. Bring your rain jacket, all right, just in case.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Kate.
All right, Saginaw High School couldn't have picked a better day to celebrate the district's second state boys basketball championship. The team, band, cheerleaders, and a host of other people turned out to congratulate the Trojans on their back-to-back victory. Congratulations, guys. The parade went down Warren Avenue on a route to the high school.
We'll put this one in the file of stupid human tricks. A fraternity stunt leaves a U of M student dangling in midair. You have to hear this one and see it, too.
Yeah, also coming up, security goes high-tech at two of the busiest airports in America, where screeners can now see what's under your clothes.
And a registered sex offender found living with dozens of guns in his home. What he did that tipped police off. Next at 11.
If you see news happening, call TV5's toll-free breaking news tip line. 877 WNEM-TV 5. You're watching TV5 News at 11, Mid-Michigan's #1 11 o'clock newscast. TV5 News, coverage you can count on. When the weather first warn 5 with the technology to warn you first about severe weather.
New at 11, a sex offender living in Grand Rapids is found with 70 guns in his apartment. Police called to the house after he started shooting out his second-story window. All this happening a block away from John Ballpark and Zoo. He was arrested without incident. Police say he had been drinking. A college student rescued by firefighters in Ann Arbor overnight. He apparently was left dangling mid-air after a rappelling stunt at a fraternity house went wrong. The contraption being used got jammed. Firefighters had to use a ladder truck to reach the man and cut the rope. He was not hurt.
GM workers in Warren still on the job tonight, even though a strike deadline was today. Both sides agreed to keep talking and keep bargaining at the plant where they make 4- and 6-speed transmissions for nearly all GM cars. A strike there could have crippled GM production. Well, it's always a sign of how much you'll soon be paying at the pump, and tonight the news about oil prices is not good. Crude ended the day at another all-time high, up nearly $2 a barrel, closing at $116.89. The surge came after a militant group in Nigeria said it had sabotaged a major oil pipeline.
Local medical workers showing off a side many never get to see in the hospital. The story all new at 11.
Also on the way, a big bust. Find out where agents took nearly $4 million of pot out of a house.
And next, a fierce battle. Fire crews risking everything to put out a massive apartment fire. See the amazing video when we come back.
Now mornings in Mid-Michigan are better.
Better Mid-Michigan, weekdays at 9 on TV5.
Oh, you liking your salad?
This isn't a salad.
Sure it is.
Salads have lettuce. Where's the lettuce?
Check under the cheese.
No.
Under the chicken?
Not here.
Maybe under the rice.
Look under the beans.
So it's technically a salad.
Technically.
Introducing Taco Bell's new fully loaded taco salads, available in chicken ranch or chipotle steak. The only thing that makes it a salad is the lettuce.
You think she's into me?
Technically? No.
Buy it, love it, or bring it back.
When you walk through the doors of Garber Chevrolet, it's nice to know that you can buy with confidence. Only at Garber can you buy it, love it, or bring it back. It's more than a promise, it's our policy. We've made shopping for a new truck easy. Every day you can get a Silverado for just $14.9. Over 30 miles to the gallon, a Chevy Cobalt, just $11.9. Every day, only at Garber Chevrolet. Buy with confidence with our buy it, love it, or bring it back policy. Only at Garber Automotive.
You're gonna love this new computer. The processor's like 3 gigawatts.
Gigahertz.
And it's got a magical drive.
Optical drive.
And it's got 2 gigs of sheep.
RAM?
All I know is this baby is screaming fast.
Maybe it needs more sheep.
Your computer's only as fast as the network it's connected to. Step up to Verizon high-speed internet to get the most out of your computer right out of the box. Call or go online and get more of what Verizon has to offer. TV, internet, and phone from Verizon for just $99.99 a month. Access to over 90 HD channels from DirecTV, the nation's #1 satellite provider. Internet speeds up to 50 times faster than 56K dial-up, and crystal clear phone service. Plus the reliability of the Verizon network. Switch today and get a $200 American Express Award card, plus 3 months free of Stars and Showtime. Want the reliability only the network can bring? Call 1-888-240-8917 or visit Verizon.com/great offer today. Verizon, it's the network.
TV5 First Warn 5 Pinpoint Doppler Radar is sponsored by Farm Bureau Insurance, Michigan's insurance company, making your future more predictable.
Take a look at this dramatic video from California. Firefighters working hard today to put out an apartment fire in Rosemead. That's about 11 miles northwest of LA. You can see crews cutting holes in the roof there as the flames were shooting out. Firefighters also had to spray foam on that 2-story building. Luckily, nobody was hurt. The next time you fly through JFK or LAX out in Los Angeles, you may have to step through new security scanners. They allow security screeners to see right through your clothes to detect whether you're carrying a concealed weapon. The machines have revolving doors. They use low-energy electromagnetic waves to produce a computerized image of a traveler's whole body. The TSA says this procedure is a lot less invasive than the old physical frisk.
In Ohio, nearly a ton of pot is seized from a home. It was a tip that led investigators to the stash. The weed was being shipped in from North Carolina, and get this, while the raid was going on, a shipment arrived at the home. Police estimate the drugs are worth nearly $4 million. 5 people are now behind bars.
It looks like you now have something to look forward to as you get older, the way age impacts happiness, coming up in your Health Plus.
Coming up in sports, the Red Wings hope to move one step closer to putting away the Preds and retake control of the series. We'll have Game 5 highlights from the Joe coming up in Sports Extra.
Anytime news breaks, anywhere stories develop. Count on TV5 Wake Up for the early morning news where you live. Everything you need to know to start your day. Plus, your Firstborn 5 forecast every 5 minutes. TV5 Wake Up. Coverage you can count on.
I spy something new.
Could it be this all-new BMW 1 Series?
Close, but I like the BMW 328i. It has legendary performance, and right now you can lease one for just $369 per month.
Come see the ultimate driving machines at Grand Blanc BMW.
The Pandora Jewelry Collection at Herman Hisson Company is the Tri-City's largest. With over 600 different charms to choose from, the possibilities are endless for the different types of bracelets and necklaces that can be put together. You can start a Pandora bracelet for under $50. Our staff is so qualified to help put these bracelets together. Each bracelet is beautiful in its own way and really recognizes the owner. With over 600 charms to choose from, there is a Pandora bracelet for everyone at Herman Hisson Company.
RV season is in full bloom and it's time to go camping. So don't just sit around, go to the Beaverton RV Center. Whatever your camping style, we're dealing at Beaverton, and we've got the inventory to back it up. An A-liner is easy to set up and roomy, starting at just $59.95. Own a Sidekick as low as $49.95. See a large selection of pre-owned units. Don't settle for just any deal. We can beat it at Beaverton RV Center. We're on M18 in Beaverton.
Save big money on household necessities at Menards. Stock up now on Iams pet food. Iams formulas are perfectly balanced with premium quality ingredients. Right now, 20-pound bags of Iams mini chunk dog food are just $16.98. Find hundreds of uses for this 21-gallon tote from Rubbermaid. Great for storing just about anything, and right now, get 2 for only $10. Plus, there are 0 payments and no interest till 2009 when you use your Menards Big Card.
Save big money at Menards.
To me, it's about local, about being relevant in our hometown. At Coffee Chaos, each latte, cappuccino, espresso we make is crafted with you in mind. Our customers are like family. Each day as we wake up, another day in Midland, our televisions are on TV5 Wake Up. Jocelyn, Craig, Mike, they get it, and the news matters to us here in our hometown. Besides, they love the mornings just as much as me. And being in the wake-up business, I know you gotta love the mornings.
You've always wanted one, and now's the time to buy a Grand Blanc Mercedes-Benz.
And get 1.9% financing at the Mercedes-Benz pre-owned sales event.
Only at Grand Blanc Motor Cars.
Where the choice is yours.
So don't let time run out.
All right, in your health tonight, a new study finds that the happiest people in this country are also the oldest. The University of Chicago did hundreds of interviews with people ages 18 to 88. It found your odds of being happy increased 5% with every 10 years of age. Overall, about 33% of Americans reported being very happy at age 88. That's compared to about 24% of those in their early 20s.
Now, with coverage you can count on, you're watching Sports Extra.
Good evening. Dominic Hasek, the 6-time Vezina Trophy winner, was very shaky in the season, or rather series evening loss to the Preds. So Coach Mike Babcock decided Hasek, he's out. Ozzy's in. The Wings try to regain control in Game 5 at the Joe. Osgood didn't allow a goal with 13 saves in relief of Hasek on Wednesday. Babcock's offense put the pressure on early. Nick Cronwall heads to Valtteri Filppula's wrister beats Dan Ellis cleanly. His first goal of the series makes it 1-0. Nashville, few chances in the first, but Ozzy tested here. One-timer by Radek Bonk. Good save here, one of his 8 in the period by Ozzy. Detroit a 53-20 edge in shots in regulation, but Nashville finds late-game heroics again. Bonk buries the biscuit in the basket. 43 seconds left after they pulled Ellis. Just 1:48 into the extra session. Cronwall sends Johan Franzen in on the solo rush. He'll fake and put it in. Detroit wins 2-1, taking a 3-2 lead in the series. They can wrap up the series on Sunday. Well, the G-men are starting off behind in their IHL series against Port Huron. They give up 3 goals in the second. They lose 4-2. Joseph Foschik and John DePay scoring for the Generals. Game 2's in Port Huron on Saturday night. Well, the Tigers took a licking in Cleveland last night. Despite winning 3 of 4, Detroit still scraping the bottom of the barrel in the AL Central. Tonight, the Tigers are trying their luck north of the border. Detroit and Toronto starting a 4-game set with the Blue Jays. Tigers leading 1-0 in the second. That changes when Rod Barajas straightens out this Kenny Rogers fastball. It'll fly deep. Inge on his horse, can't flag it. He jumps in vain. It's tied at 1. Toronto touches up the gambler again in the 5th. Shannon Stewart strokes this liner right through the chute to center. It scoots all the way to the wall, chasing home 2 more runs. They go up 4-1. Tigers, though, attack on 2 in the 6th. Pudge Rodriguez is clutch, hitting this laser off of Jason Frazier, scoring Marcus Timms, and at that point it would be 4-3. Jays still up. Detroit strikes for 4 runs in the 7th, though. Edgar Renteria is the big blast here, smacking a 2-run opposite field shot. He had 3 RBI. The Tigers, they down the Jays by a score of 8-4. Well, Louis Loon firing up the Great Lakes against Peoria. Steve Johnson getting the call for Juan Bustabad, going 6 innings, allowing just 2 hits, Fanning 7. Nice sight to see coming up in the 3rd. Preston Mattingly, you have a feeling he's really going to improve this year. Getting a hold of this one, it's deep and out to left for a solo. 2nd of the year, they build a 3-0 lead. They would add to that lead in the 4th as Travis Vetters on 2nd, coming up, and Pedro Baez ripping one into left here. Vetters will chug around to score again, and it's 4-0. Baez 2 for 4 in the game with 1 RBI. Then 2 outs later, Giovanni Rosario ropes this one into the corner and left, extending his hitting streak to 14 games. Baez on his horse will come all the way around from first to beat the throw. Loons jump up 5-0. They go on to win 7-4. Mount Pleasant, the Lady Chip sweep Ohio U in softball 2-0 and 4-3. They're now 18-13. And on the diamond, it's Ball State falling to CMU 7-3. Chips are now 17-18. Don't forget to head to WNEM.com and grab one of our TV5 golf cards. You get a great deal on golfing on the best greens in mid-Michigan. Well, it's a beautiful day for a parade. Trojans fans lined up in the streets of Saginaw to celebrate the High's back-to-back boys basketball state championships. Trojans also finished ranked as the 4th team in the country.
Oh, it was wonderful, man. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me, but hey, we're living it up. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of all my teammates. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of the people that supported me. I'm just proud of my school in general.
It's feel real good because this is a good team, and they deserve to be awarded like this for this parade.
Just to get the support like that from your city, you know, last year we won, it was like we got no support rate. It's just like another event, but this year, you know, a lot of people showing us love. I mean, it's just been a great experience to go back-to-back and to go out on top our senior year.
Isaiah Thomas was fired as coach of the New York Knicks today, ending 2 seasons of embarrassing sagas on and off the court. He'll stay with the team, though, reporting directly to new president Donnie Walsh, who took over that role April 2nd. First decision was to change coaches as he tries to turn around the mess in New York, and they haven't won a playoff game in quite a while, and never under Thomas's tenure. They were 23-59, matching the franchise record for losses in their 7th straight losing season. Now the next move will be to get rid of some of those malcontents and that are really the cancer of the team.
And they've got such a high payroll.
Yeah,
too.
they're stuck with it.
Yeah, they're stuck with those
Now
guys
they're
for
gonna get rid
years.
of them.
All right, Daryl, thanks. Finally tonight, Move Over American Idol. Employees from Covenant Healthcare and some of their families took center stage tonight at the 5th annual Talent Quest.
Yeah, it's a chance for them to show off more than just their medical talents. Contestants could sing, dance, and show off their comedic skills.
TV5's Erica Donnerson was a guest judge tonight, and Eric Gila was the MC of the event.
Yeah, the money raised from the event goes to help Covenant employees facing hardships. There, I guess so glad we're done with that story.
I'll tell you what, good for that. That takes guts to get up and do that.
Hey,
you know?
with co-workers, it would take a couple drinks.
Yeah, I've seen you at the Christmas party, yeah.
Uh-oh.
I think we're all ready for the weekend.
I think we are.
And the weather looks great for the weekend. Aside from maybe a spotty shower Saturday or Sunday, back-to-back days at 70, 2 more days into the 70s. Following that on Monday and Tuesday, a spotty storm again on Wednesday. No rain, though. So again, watch out for the fire danger, especially to our north with that dry weather and those gusty winds especially.
Yes.
Have a terrific weekend.
Yeah, we'll see you here Monday. Take care.
What do you want from